Okay, so first things first. I'm not going to say that things are not challenging. Things are challenging. We are facing something that we've never faced before. The country is going through something that they've never encountered before. But I would say one thing.
Welcome to On the Road with Gaurav. I'm Rebecca, and today I'm with Gaurav, the founder and managing director of Consultics, a firm that has helped hundreds of entrepreneurs set up and scale their business in the UAE. Gaurav, before we start, give us a quick background. Who are you and what exactly does Consultics do?
Well, my name is Gaurav. I am a managing director for Consultics TMCC. Consultics is a corporate service provider entity. We are a corporate restructuring and structuring organization. We help entrepreneurs, medium to large corporates, structure their business in a tax-efficient manner.
Amazing. All right. So the internet keeps saying that the war is becoming bigger. Businesses are leaving Dubai, taxes are rising, and things are getting harder. But we're literally driving through one of the busiest business cities in the world. So let's talk about the situation. The good, the challenges, what business owners should know, what is exactly happening right now.
Okay, so first things first. I'm not going to say that things are not challenging. Things are challenging. We are facing something that we've never faced before. The country is going through something that they've never encountered before. But I would say one thing. The way the country is managing, the way the leadership is handling this particular scenario is just unparalleled to anything that I've ever seen. And if you could look around, this place is still full of people. So if the internet is saying a lot of things, but when you look at the ground reality, that's not the fact, honestly.
So a lot of entrepreneurs are either watching this thinking about coming to Dubai, or they're already here and thinking whether or not Dubai is still the place to grow.
For me to answer this question, why don't we just look at the history of what Dubai has done or what UAE has done in the last few years. So let's talk about 2008 crisis. In 2008, when the crisis came in, the world said that, okay, that's it, Dubai is done. It's not going to be what it is before, what it was before. But then Dubai came out of it and they stood very strong, and I think they grew exponentially. Then came the COVID. Now, when the COVID came in, people said, okay, that's it. Now they won't be able to go ahead and come out of these problems because the airlines are closed, people are not moving out of their home countries. So maybe the real estate market is going to go down, the business in Dubai is going to go down, and so many things. But what happened was actually the opposite of what these guys said, because Dubai stood strong. They opened up their doors in the next 3 weeks. And when the entire world was closed, they were open for business, and the business grew. So did the real estate market, so did the financial market. And I think everything went well there. Then again, when we had the floods, I think it was a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
at that point in time, people said the same thing. And they're saying the same thing once again now.
Yeah, of course.
So the only thing that I see as a constant in this entire conversation is the fact that people have been waiting for Dubai to go down. But the truth is, they're not going to go down. They're going to stand much stronger than what they are today. They're going to improve on anything that were not good earlier, which I still can't find. But again, that's what they're going to do. And if anyone thinks that this place is going to go down because of whatever is happening, think again. It's not something that it is meant for, because more than anything else, this place offers something that no one else does. Until the time no one else has the guts to do what Dubai does, Dubai will always be number one in my personal as well as professional overview.
Amazing. I agree. Everywhere we look right now, there is some kind of economic or political uncertainty in the world. The new Iran war has put the entire GCC in the middle of it, but the UAE seems to stay pretty stable through all of that. Why is that?
Oh, it's just because on the foundation that UAE was built on. Now, globally, if you see, there has been an economic slowdown for the last 1.5 years now. People have been talking about recession. People have been talking about a lot many other things that might happen in the world. And yes, you're right when you say that with the new Iran war, things might become a little difficult for the entire Gulf region. But let me tell you something. UAE has always risen up on top, not because of some magic, but it's just because of the framework that they believe in, kind of options that they think, the way they manage or outmaneuver these problems that they are into. And because of which, UAE has never been impacted with any global economic slowdown. The only reason this place could stay strong from all these problems and stay insulated from them is because of the choices that they've made. They have always been a country that actually thinks about growth, even in situations where people want to just hold back. And I think that is one of the main reasons why when the world slows down, Dubai speeds up. And I think that's something that we're going to see once again in the next few days to come.
Of course. And when investors and entrepreneurs look at the uncertainty globally, stability becomes a big factor. So what is it about the UAE that makes people still feel confident with setting up their businesses here?
Okay, now, there's not a one answer for that particular question. There are many things. So there's the security part of it. Then there is the opportunity part of it. And then there is the stability part of it. So technically, for any business hub to thrive, you need to feel secure. The security part doesn't come from no problems. It comes from, what people think is, okay, let me just emphasize on this. There are a lot of people who are saying that the security myth of UAE is now busted with whatever has happened. But the way I see it is, security doesn't mean nothing can ever go wrong. Because if you really think that nothing's going to ever go wrong, then maybe you should go and move to the moon.
Of course.
But let me tell you something, even there are these asteroids that keep on coming and hitting the moon. So even that is not something which is going to be stable. What matters the most is, in an event, something like this happens, how is the country coping up with it? How are they managing it? And like I said, once again, look around. This is how they are managing it. There's not a single problem here when it comes to day-to-day life. Yes, there are challenges and there is a new different, but the way they have managed it is just amazing. Also, just keep this in mind. With stability, what matters the most is longevity. Now, from a longevity perspective or from a perspective of a long-term vision, if anyone is looking at a long-term base, this place will always be number one. In the past few days, I've looked at so many different jurisdictions which offers what UAE offers. And honestly, they're not even 10% close to what UAE offers. They're far off. And the only reason they are far off is because, like I said, Dubai or UAE is ready to do what is necessary. And everyone else starts thinking whether is it required to be done. And by the time they are done thinking whether it is required or it is not required, UAE has already made a decision and they are 10 steps ahead of the time.
So even from a real estate perspective, we're hearing many people say that the real estate bubble will burst and that the prices will crash. And a lot of investors are hesitating to buy properties here now. What's your take on that?
Okay, so what I want people to do is, because the internet is saying a lot of these things, right? I want them to go back and read news articles from early 2000, early 2021, and then compare that article with 2023. And the reason I'm saying that is because people have been always thinking that the market will slow down and the so-called bubble is going to burst. But the fact is, it just keeps on climbing. And I haven't seen the market going down. If people are thinking that the market is going to go down or the real estate bubble is going to be bursted because of this, first of all, there's no bubble. There's an economic sense behind what's happening. And in that economic sense, the market will correct itself. In a short term, maybe in the next 2 or 3 months' time, there might be a little bit of a slowdown. There are people who've been always saying that the market's going to go down and I'm waiting for the right time to enter the market. So if that is what people have been thinking, And what's the problem? This is the right time.
Yeah, of course.
Because technically, they've been wanting the market to slow down. So if the market is slowing down now, okay, this
Now
is
is
the
the
time for
time.
you. Because technically, I'll tell you what's going to happen. These investors are going to miss the bus once again. The way they missed it in Palm Jumeirah, the way they missed it in Nakheel, Palm by Nakheel.
Yeah.
What does it say? I'm sorry.
Palm Jabal Ali.
Yeah, Palm
Yes.
Jabal Ali. They're going to miss it in Palm Jabal Ali. And they missed it with downtown, where we are right now.
Yes.
They missed it with Burj Khalifa as well. Remember,
course.
investments is all about what you envision. And that's not a feeling. That's something that's based on facts. So if you can do your fact check right, not on Insta Reels or on YouTube videos,
Of
but
course.
just do an economical analysis of the region, you will understand that the market is not going to slow down. In a long run, it's just going to climb higher and higher than what it is today. Let me ask you something. Can you tell me what amount of transactions were recorded in the land department this previous week?
I believe it was 1.6 to 1.8 billion.
We are in this particular situation for the last 18 days, and you're telling me that we just recorded 1.6 billion or 1.8 billion worth of sale transactions in the last 1 week alone?
Exactly.
I think that says a lot about what the market looks like and where it's heading.
100%. So given the circumstances, how does the UAE government support business growth even during these challenging global situations?
Well, I think one way to look at this particular question is the infrastructure that they are providing. Okay, we are in the middle of a situation which we might call as a geopolitical crisis. But in this crisis, the way things are just moving ahead in itself is a testament of what UAE is ready to do. I just want your attention on that side. Just look at the amount of construction that's happening and look at the scale in which it's still moving ahead with.
Yeah.
Now, if this place would have been in real big crisis, just trust me, the first thing that would have happened is you and me wouldn't have been sitting here talking about this, right?
Definitely not.
So technically, it's just the structure that they provide, the safety net that they provide. You get a lot of these media which is saying that the safety bubble of Dubai is bursting. Everything about Dubai is just bursting. The real estate is bursting, the safety bubble is bursting. According to the media,
Yeah.
everything is bursting. So with regards to the safety thing, the only thing that I ask is, which place is safe? You're just mentioning you're from Canada and you're saying Canada is not safe.
Canada, in my opinion, is not safe.
I have many people from UK who say UK is not safe.
UK is not safe.
And then I have people in US who say US is not safe. Europe is not safe. What place is safe?
Dubai, the UAE. This
I
is our
think-
safe bubble.
I think safety is not about no problems. I think
No.
safety is all about, even if something goes wrong, how is it managed well? I think that's
Yeah,
what this place is doing all
absolutely.
about, right?
100%. It's not to say that there's no issues, but I think it's just about how the society as a whole moves together as well. Now, what role do infrastructure, security, and regulations play in making the UAE a safe hub for entrepreneurs?
I think the infrastructure, security, and the regulations go hand in hand. They work as a team to provide this place a global, safe location to do your business, to live, and to grow. And let me tell you why it does it that way. Security of a company or the infrastructure of the company has to do with a lot of things with regards to the personal security. It has to do with the cyber security. It has to do with a regulated framework where people can actually survive. Infrastructure is just not bridges, it's not roads. It is actually even the banking system or that banking infrastructure or the financial infrastructure, which includes the crypto work that Dubai has been doing. It talks about so many other things that Dubai has been indulging itself in. And all these things come together to make this place a safe haven for people who want to grow, for entrepreneurs who want to do something which no one else has been able to do in the past. And I think that in itself, or the global platform that it provides in itself, creates this place as a number one go-to location for all entrepreneurs.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely agree with that. And I mean, looking into the future, what industries are you seeing that are the fastest growing in the UAE right now?
Okay, so let's talk about the media. The media is saying that the oil infrastructure has been hit a lot, right? So if you got to believe that, then okay, maybe the first sector which is going to boom a lot in this particular region is going to be oil infrastructure services. Because technically, if as per media, everything is going bad, then okay, then I think we need oil companies or oil service industry to come in and help us build it, which is again something which is going to happen any which ways across the region. When things go back to the normal, which is going to happen in the next few days for sure, because the world needs it, and when that happens, we will be requiring a lot of logistical support services as well. To have the logistical support services, you will need many ID consulting support services, and all these things go hand in hand with the global trade. I think there are a lot of sectors which are going to see a lot of boom in the next few years.
Absolutely. And if someone is watching this and they're still unsure about starting or expanding here in Dubai, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, wait. Let the world progress. Let everyone else build their own businesses, grow. And when the market is on peak, just like all these real estate people who say, oh, we'll wait for the market to go down, maybe enter at that time. Because technically, business is all about opportunity and what you can make out of that particular opportunity. So technically, any right businessman would want to go ahead and enter the market right now, because you've got opportunity right now.
100%.
And this place is going to go much faster, and it's going to grow much faster than what it has been doing in the past few months or years. So if you don't want to miss the bus, you got to go ahead and do it now. But if you do miss the bus, don't worry, this is Dubai. You'll get a taxi at any time. It's just going to cost you a little bit more.
Exactly. Okay, so and on that note, do you believe that the UAE economy might collapse?
Okay. Okay, now, first things first. I know there are a lot of people who are dreaming of that, but that ain't something that's going to happen in yours and my lifetime. Let me explain from an economic perspective why. For any economy to collapse, you could ask any scholars that tell you that one of the most important thing that is required is for the sovereign fund to be negative, or the government funds to be negative. Let's just simplify that, right? Now, you and me, we both know that UAE government is pretty strong. The liquidity is amazingly strong. And as long as that remains what it is, I really don't think so that's going to create a big impact in terms of that, because the government needs to have money that they could flush in the market if it is required. And the way we are positioned right now, the government's got enough liquidity to handle the situation for decades to come. So that one thing is out of the box.
Yeah, of
The
course.
second thing that may trigger an economic collapse is going to be the employment market. Now, if we look at the employment opportunities that UAE has been generating historically, that's just on a different level altogether. So technically, as long as there are jobs in UAE, which there always be, because let's go back to my other conversation that we were having earlier.
Yes.
There has to be a jurisdiction that provides you something that no one else does.
Yeah, of
UAE
course.
does that over and over again and again. And as long as they keep on doing that, they'll keep on building opportunities. And
Absolutely.
as long as there are opportunities, businesses would come here. And if businesses come here, so will the employment opportunities come. So
100%.
that is another aspect which is out of the way. The last one is the real estate sector. Now, from a real estate sector perspective, if the government liquidity is strong, if the employment requirement is strong, then the requirement for real estate will always be strong. And don't forget, if the UAE's got one of the best luxury options, mid-tier options, which will fascinate a lot of people across the globe. I was speaking to one of our clients, pretty high net worth individual. I asked him this particular question, and he says, okay, I've got the money. Where am I going to invest in? In the US? He's from America. He says, no, I'm not going to do that.
No.
Where am I going to take the money? India? Pakistan? No one else is going to do that. Then where do they go? Because technically, what this place offers, no one else does. And just because no one else does that, the real estate business will not go down. And as long as the real estate prices stay strong because of the requirements that people have, I don't see why this place's economy is going to go down. Don't forget, UAE has just been functioning on less than 2% of oil in their entire GDP, especially Dubai. Dubai has got hardly 2% of GDP, which is related to oil. Everything else is related to the infrastructure, which is the business trade, the tourism part. That's another thing, because what they offer from a tourism perspective, I don't think so anywhere else we get it. So with all these things in place, why would someone think that the economy is going to collapse?
Yeah, exactly.
Because technically speaking, that isn't something that's going to happen.
Okay. One thing I've noticed while we've been driving around today is that the city is still moving as usual, building, expanding, and attracting businesses. If someone wants proper guidance before making the move, what's the best approach for them?
Well, Rebecca, that's simple. Just contact Consultics, I could just say that. But okay, we'll see. Every business is different. So what they need to do is, the first thing that a business should do is stop speculating on information which is not accurate. Once they have looked at what the accurate information looks like through multiple channels, they can come to a common conclusion in terms of what's exactly happening. You can then look at structuring it in a manner which you can scale, because that's what we do at Consultics. We help you scale your business. We help you design it right from a tax efficient perspective, from a perspective of scalability. And I think that is what's something that's going to help you out as well. At the same point in time, just remember, whatever is happening is temporary. When the dust settles, you need to be in a position to bank the most. And if you want to bank the most, what you need to do is you need to position yourself right now versus doing it later.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of traffic here, by the way.
We are operating business as usual here. So if you could give one piece of advice, to starting a business here in the UAE, even with all the outside, Western and Indian media happening, what would it be?
I would say just stop paying attention to the noise, because when you hear the noise, you can't find the music behind it. So the technical fact is, let's just stay away from the noise and let's look at what is right, what is wrong, from a perspective of a business, and just think about how it can help you grow. I think that is the only thing that I would suggest at this point in time. And to anyone and everyone, don't miss the bus, because if you do it, taxis are expensive.
And there you have it. The UAE businesses here are still stronger than ever. So stay tuned for the next episode.